is the winner by way of spectacular knockout, still undefeated, and still the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
He just gave me a nice little fist bump and said, "I'm back to me." Let's not make them wait. Let's do the bomb squad right now. Bring it.
Bomb squad!
All right, I promise that's the last time I'm going to make you do that tonight. Congratulations to you, Deontay. I know how much you wanted to prove that you are the baddest man on the planet. It has been decades since we have seen a heavyweight do the things that you've done inside this ring. It's been since the times of Tyson, Lennox Lewis. What does it mean to you to finally be able to say, and do you feel like you're finally starting to chip away at those critics?
First off, like I always say, if you give God the glory, He'll give you the victory. And you've seen that tonight. He gave me the victory. Second, I'd like to thank my whole team. I'd like to thank Fox for an amazing job you guys did with promoting the fight and putting on the fight for these people. Second, I'd like to thank everyone up in here. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. You guys are fucking amazing.
This fight, you took on a man who came in very game, very ready, in shape, no excuses. You both were healthy. I know you have a lot of respect for Luis Ortiz, but what did you see in that moment? You've said to me that you knew his body language from the last fight. Take us through what you saw that led to that big right hand.
Well, with Ortiz, you can see why no other heavyweight wants to fight him. He's very crafty in the ring. He moves strategically, and his intellect is very high up in the ring. So I had to play around with him. I had to calculate certain moves. I had to measure him in certain places. And
in what places were you measuring him specifically?
You know, in and out. I was in and out. Sometimes I'll back on my back feet. Some say I can't fight on my back feet, but that's my specialty. You know, I had to go back, I had to go forward, had to go back and go forward. You know, different tactics. You know, my intellect is very high in the ring, although I don't get no credit for it. But you know, I had to go in, I had to go out. You know, I had to throw the right hand a couple of times to see how he
left hook.
And I finally found my measurement, you know, and I took the shot, I seen the shot and I took it, you know. I think I heard him one time where I buzzed him a little bit with the left hook. That was the start of it, and then I took my approach from there. But Ortiz is one of the best in the world. You got to give him that. That's why I gave him the second opportunity, so he can feed his family and his beautiful daughter as well. He have his beautiful wife in the audience. And I just want to tell them thank you so much for allowing Ortiz to come in the ring and share his energy with me and display such an amazing talent. Hopefully, the other heavyweights in the division, I see a lot of them in the audience, get this man an opportunity. He's one of the best.
Who would you like next? There's obviously the rumors of Tyson Fury. We've got another big heavyweight bout coming up with Andy Ruiz and, of course, Anthony Joshua. Who do you want to face next?
Well, next, of course, we have Tyson Fury, the rematch next.
When and where? Can you tell us when that's going to be?
Well, this schedule is set to be done in February, so we'll see how that goes. And then after that, I'm looking for a unification bout. I want one champion, one face, one name, and he go by the name of Deontay Wilder. The heavyweight division is too small to have so many belts lingering around. There should just be one champion. It's too confusing for the fans, you know, and I think I'm the perfect man for that job.
Congratulations to you, Deontay, your 10th consecutive defense of the WBC heavyweight title. You now tie Muhammad Ali with that number. Much. Congratulations. Let's get it. I got to get it over to Jordan Plant. Last word.
Last word. Thank you again, fans, and let's get a bomb squad again, baby. 1, 2, 3, bomb squad.
You do it twice, but you did it on your own. All right, let's send it over to Jordan Plant.
Heidi, thank you very much. Luis, you're over here saying, oh my gosh, you're upset, you're frustrated. You were having success in the early rounds. You were landing that left, you were hurting him at some points, but did you even see that right hand coming that he landed?
Tuviste éxito en los primeros rounds, Luis. ¿Qué fue lo que pasó al final? ¿Viste la derecha?
Boxeo, esto es boxeo. Yo dije que entre Wilder y yo no iba a terminar en 2 asaltos. en cualquier momento pasaba, o él o yo, pasó lo que pasó.
This is boxing. I had told everybody that it was either going to be him or me, and it wasn't going to go 12 rounds.
What was going through your mind when the referee was giving you that count?
¿Qué estaba pensando cuando el referee se estaba contando?
Que iba por el 7, me paré, yo no sé qué, a lo mejor, no sé si contó de más o contó de menos, pero yo a mi entender ya estaba a tiempo.
No, I was clear-headed. When he said 7, I was still trying to go get up and everything, but I guess the count was maybe a little quicker than I thought.
Now, Wilder was giving you your credit. He said you are still one of the best heavyweights in the division. You are a tough fight. Where do you go from here?
Wilder te ha dado el crédito con ser uno de los más difíciles que él se ha enfrentado y más difíciles de la división. Ahora, ¿qué hay de nuevo para el señor Ortiz?
Nada, aquí mi manager, dando las gracias a Jaime por la oportunidad, a Mauricio WBC, a Luis de Cuba Jr., mi promotor Chino Carmenate, nada. Yo estoy listo para lo que venga.
No, I'm definitely ready for whatever comes about. I want to give credit to Chino Camineta, my promoter, also Luis de Cuba, Al Heyman, of course, and everybody that came over here to see this fight today.
Well, it's not over for Luis Ortiz. We're looking forward to see you in the future.
Oh, man, here he comes.
Let's get him onto the seat. Hello, hello, hello.
God bless
Congratulations, sir. Great to see you. Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate you.
Coming up behind me like that, man.
That was terrific.
I felt it, too.
Oh, man, that was terrific. No kidding, man.
It certainly was terrific. 10 consecutive title defenses. I hope it's sinking in just what that means for you, your
History,
legacy. You
baby.
retained the belt, WBC.
Good, man.
History.
When you signed the fight, Deontay, you said that all my controversial fights have to get dealt with as soon as possible. That was absolutely unequivocal tonight.
Yes, it's amazing to be able to do what I do day in and day out. What we do on a daily basis is not easy. The hard part is always training, and then you want to come and do what you did in the gym, in the ring as well. I had to strategically move with Ortiz. This is why I say he is the most dangerous heavyweight in the division, period. And you've seen it tonight. I really had to time myself. I had to calculate my punches. I had to make sure my feet positioned in the right place, and I could see he was trying to do the same thing as well in the ring as well. So it was definitely a tug of war.
I'm sorry. No, go.
I was saying, Sean and myself both said, and Sean made that you're very controlled. You stayed in the pocket, you kept your composure, and waited for the big shot.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Kate just asked us, did we think Luis Ortiz presented any problems to you in the ring tonight? And like you said, you had to be a lot more calculated. Were there problems, or was it just what was it?
I don't know what to call them. I don't know if it's called problems or him strategizing. But his boxing skills is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that's why I was so happy to be able, as a champion, I'm very proud to be able to bless him again. A fighter like that should be on TV. He must see TV with all the heavyweights. Yeah. And like I said, no one wants to fight this guy. So, I mean, what can I say, man? I mean, he's an amazing fighter, man. I'm just so happy we can share energies in the ring.
Deontay, I made the comment. There's a term a lot of people that used to be. I said he went down in sections. When a guy goes down like that, that ain't good. When a guy goes down one time, he went down in sections. He's hurt. You hit him on top of that, man. Those type of punches that mess you up for long term.
Most definitely. So, it's amazing to hit a guy in the forehead and the head like that instead of the chin, and to see him drop like that. I'm always amazed every time of my power. I do not know the measurement of it. And like I say, my statement proves itself in the ring tonight. These guys have to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds.
We want to take a look at the highlights of this fight one more time and just go through them with you, Deontay, because I know that coming into the fight, you said you wanted to get it done quicker. It was going to be an easier fight for you the second time around. How did you feel? Well, I tell you what, Fate, first of all, we have to talk about this. This was majestic. We had you on a show, a week ago and asked you what you had planned. You said, I don't buy that you had nothing planned because nobody just throws that together. That was crazy.
Most definitely. I'm building a legacy as a heavyweight. And with that being said, every moment, every second of my time in the division, I want to cherish it. I want to be able to, basically when it's over and said for me, I want people to say Deontay Wilder did it. did it the best, outside of the ring and inside the ring, you know.
Take a look at the highlights right here. We're in the third round. How are you feeling at this point in the fight?
I'm feeling amazing, Sean. You know, I'm not tired. I'm calculating him. I'm testing him. I'm having a little fun. I had to beat my chest. You know, I wanted to make him lose his momentum. And although he was doing a lot of punches and combinations, I wanted him to feel like it wasn't bothering me. You know, it wasn't a hindrance of me. And you know, when you make a fighter feel that way, it kind of sucks the energy out of them, right?
Yes, sir.
And you see him starting to die down a little bit.
The corner, I noticed this is the 5th round we're in right now, and I knew through 5 through 7, you started to use the jab a little more. Was that direction from the corner?
Yes, for sure. You know, Mark wanted me to use the jab a little bit more, then come down with the right hand.
Big 7th round right here.
Made me look like a genius. And I said before the fight, I will not see the end of the 7th round.
There you go.
9 seconds left.
Man, was it?
I love that Karnak.
Man.
Hey, let me say this about this right here. Straight 1-2.
Yes.
When you threw that punch, did you throw it with the intent to hurt, or was it just a punch you were trying to fill him with and touch him with?
Oh, that was definitely a punch to attempt to hurt, for sure. Yes, yes. Once I calculated, I knew I had my position to throw it. I threw it. You know, I wanted to blind him. That was one of the things we was practicing in training camp, to blind and then come behind with the right hand. You know, and I got him at the right angle, and when I threw it, you know, my feet was planted perfectly. I felt the torque.
Everything was perfect,
yes,
and
sir.
that's why I asked that question, because that wasn't the quote-unquote vintage right hand that we're used to seeing, a little wider, you know, things like that. So congratulations, man, to see that you working on stuff in the gym and it's showing up in the fight.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Sean.
And that's why I say people go to the ballpark to see home run hitters. You want to see that big one.
Deontay, the time that you ended the fight, the 3 judges all had Luis Ortiz winning. Did you feel under pressure at that point? Were you aware that you needed to look for a knockout, look for something spectacular?
I mean, you know, as you see my fights, you know, most of the time I'm always down on the scorecard. You know, when you have when you're such a big puncher, you really don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Because when you have a big punch as you have to have patience. I had to have time, and then sometimes I don't care about losing rounds, because it's a 12-round fight. That don't like give me any pressure. Like I gotta rush. You know, I gotta win every round. I don't care about winning every round. I want to time my opponent right. I want to make sure I do the right things, and then when I see the shot, damn baby, good night. You know.
I feel like we always come out of a fight of yours talking about your power. We don't necessarily always come out of a fight of yours talking about your smarts, your ring IQ, your patience. Do you feel like the first fight against Luis Ortiz and then the fight against Fury have made you a better fighter?
Most definitely. You know, each fight, you know, as I share my energy and these other fighters share their energy with me, I learn something each and every time. You know what I mean? Win, lose, or draw, I learned something from it, and that's what you want as a fighter. You know, forget being a champion. As a fighter, you want to learn something each fight. And I started this game. I mean, this business very late. You know, even as being a professional, and I'm still learning. You know, I never want to be able to say I'm not learning no more, because I would get uninterested in the sport. And I wouldn't want to do it no more. My training would be the same. So I like to learn and continue to learn. It keeps it exciting for me. It keeps it fresh for me. And, you know, I display my talent each and every time. I really don't get any credit for my intellect in the ring, which is okay, you know.
We saw all of it tonight.
When you can hit like that, you don't need it.
We saw all of it tonight.
Thank you, sir, bro.
What about Tyson Fury? Because obviously you mentioned in the ring that that's what's next for you. There's been talk about there's a provisional date sometime in February, and that's something that you've talked about as well. We usually see you fight at 6-month intervals. That feels very soon. Are you good with February?
I'm ready for that. You know, when I was coming up in the rankings, I used to fight 6 times a year. So it feels kind of good to continue to keep going. And what's going to be beneficial for me is that I just got out of the ring. I just got out of camp. So, you know, I got a lot of traveling to do in the next couple of weeks. I got this whole probably a half a month or so for as December, spend time with the family, and I'm back in camp in January, and I think that's going to be very, very beneficial for me, because I'm still in shape. I'm still going, and I'm going to add shape on top of shape. So Fury is in trouble.
There is an absolutely enormous fight coming up in the heavyweight division in just a couple of weeks' time. It's Andy Ruiz, another rematch, of course, against Anthony Joshua. Should Andy Ruiz, another PBC fighter, win in that rematch, would you consider taking him ahead of Tyson Fury, or is Tyson Fury locked in?
I mean, The only way I would be able to do that if Fury somehow something happens to him or he cut his eye open again or anything like that. Other than that, you know, I won my rematch with Fury. You know, it was a very controversial fight. You know, many people got it going different ways. I want to get that. I want to clear the air with that and then fight Ruiz. You know, so I think that's the approach that we're taking, and I think that's what's going to happen. And but you know, who knows? This is boxing, and we know in boxing anything can happen. You know, we have things playing one way, and then it goes another way. So if something so happens that the rematch doesn't happen in a timely manner, then I would love to have Ruiz, you know, for one champion, one face, one name.
But you're saying right now February feels good to you, so a short break. How does your body feel coming out of a fight like that?
My body feels amazing. You know, I wasn't tired at all. I'm in shape. You know, coming off the last fight, having the flu, and coming this time. It's just an amazing feeling. I knew I was going to have fun. It's all about having fun in there. I didn't want to think about how dangerous he was and how smart he is in the ring. I just wanted to have fun this time around. You know, it was exciting to be fighting on Fox pay-per-view, my first Fox pay-per-view.
We're excited
It just was an amazing crowd. The atmosphere was amazing from the weigh-in to now. I mean, when you have it like this and you have so many Bomb Squad fans, how can you be down? You know?
Check this out, man. I know you don't know this. You're making history. You know this part. Every time you get in the ring, you just tied Muhammad Ali most consecutive title defenses. 10. How's that feel?
Say it again, Sean.
10. Tied Muhammad Ali. How does that feel?
Oh man, it feels amazing. You know, Muhammad Ali is one of my idols. You know, when I got into boxing, my manager Shelly, he gave me a VHS tape, 1 through 12, a version of Muhammad Ali from his start to his finish, and I used to watch it all the time. But one thing I loved about Muhammad Ali is what he did on the outside of the ring. We knew he was great on the inside, but what he did on the outside was amazing to speak up, you know, for his people, especially in the time. In those days and times that it was. It took a very brave person to step up and take initiative and do that. And that will always live with me in my heart. And my drums will always beat in my heart for Muhammad Ali. Boom baye, Ali. Boom baye, Ali. Boom baye, Ali.
Yeah, I like that.
Deontay, you took a huge risk in this fight. You put a lot on the line. We really respect you as boxing fans. Congratulations for another big win. Sean's been joining in on the Bomb Squads all night, so can we get a final one?
Let's do it.
Ray, you're in on this one too.
3. Bomb Squad!
Love you, bro.
I ran out of air.
Congratulations. God bless, Deontay.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
your time off. We'll see you in the ring again soon.
Blessings.